What's up, you guys? Batjack JW. Welcome to Batjack JW Radio. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the videos and stuff on the channel. This idea right here of basically what I am calling the radio is something I've been wanting to do for a long time on the channel, really. It's always something that's been kicking around. The only time I actually came close to doing something like this was actually a long time back, where a buddy of mine came over. We sat outside and, table full of guns, and just just had make conversation and talk to you folks right there. But anyway, I wanted to take this time to to do these videos and just trying to get things out, talk to you folks about what's going on. I know, because I know what's going on. I look at the schedule for all the stuff we're doing here on the channel, and so, but this was a way to take a chance to share with you folks in video what's going on. So if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. But anyway, I appreciate everybody that does watch, and I know a lot of you actually do enjoy these type of things. I know you've been enjoying the Reloaded series. Believe it or not, actually, that idea, the Reloaded series, was supposed to be something like this, but it wound up being more or less chats about reloading, which was a good idea, because I thought, well, we don't really have any kind of running thing on reloading. So, and always my fear in whenever I start something like a series of videos, where if it's a buying collectible gun series and stuff like that, is to keep up with it. One of the big things that I failed to maintain, which I'm very sorry that for those of you that watched it and enjoy it, was the Hollywood gun bust stuff, where I talked about something I saw in a movie and applied it to, and said, this is like somebody with a 1911 in a movie, and they're holding somebody down or whatever, or they're gonna go do something, and the hammer's down. And we all know 1911s are single action pistols, where if the hammer's down, it pretty much can't do nothing until you cock that hammer. And if they actually do have that hammer down on a live round, it's pretty unsafe. Even if you were to have a Series 80 with the firing pin stopping it, I still would feel, personally would feel very uncomfortable with that situation. But anyway, that maybe we'll incorporate those into the radio stuff here, the radio talks and everything like that. So, of course, I got my mystery show and tell gun wrapped up in a sock for you. I'll talk to you about that. But anyway, I'd like to also take a time to thank a lot of viewers that have just absolutely made this from the beginning, and also just take the time to thank people that have actually given the channel some stuff. First of all, like Steve over at Michigan Arms, sending over a box of stuff, just the kind things that I noticed that all these channels that we do for one another, Steve sent over a t-shirt, a gun cleaning mat, a knife, and all this stuff in the box, and a tactical card holder that I actually use. So Steve, if you're watching this, thank you very much. Anyway, what else? And in the winnings, I actually, where the Gun Enthusiast, another great fella there, when I actually won his giveaway. I tell you, I've never won anything ever. I've entered lots of drawings and things like that, and usually just enter them for fun, but never expecting actually to win. But I actually did win the Gun Enthusiast drawing, and I tell you, there was something special for me, because to be a part of this whole thing, this YouTube channel, family, and the gun community right here on YouTube, and to win something at YouTube in the gun community, that meant a lot to me, because that was more than just like the cool package of winning. It was like getting to win something with a family of people that are just like me, that are like-minded, kind, courteous, and we just share and enjoy our love and passion for firearms. And so my whole beginning of getting into the YouTube was because I I am more or less like a guy that says, I like my old guns. I like revolvers. I like the cowboy guns and stuff like that. Now, as you know, hopefully you know, I do like Glocks and whatnot. Glocks and all that stuff is absolutely great. The new age and the modern firearms and the way they've grown and what they have out now is absolutely great. I hope to get my hands on some for reviews and do more of that, showing you guys some stuff. But anyway, yes, I know some people commented on that, and you know, I always say this. I'd like to touch on this too. The haters, and I know everybody's got haters. I know that most of everybody handles it in a different way. My outlook on it is, if they're hating you, which is it means you're reaching somebody. It means your channel has gotten that far. So for those of you that are, you know, like me, we're just trying to start and doing something and try to get things going. If they're hating you, it means you're doing something right, because they don't boo nobodies, right? Okay, you know, baseball player, you know, he said, how do you feel about getting booed every time you go out there? What is his response? They don't boo nobodies. So anyway, let's take a look at what I got for show and tell. It is a cool little revolver. I wouldn't say it's little, but it's my Smith & Wesson 629 stainless steel 3-inch barrel. It's actually a two protruding. The other three is in the frame and forcing cone. So actually, what's protruding out is only two. So it's in a way, it's a snub nose 44 Magnum. My first video, actually, when I shot with this gun, the grips were not fitted properly, and they had a little bit of wood coming out through the back, and I actually sustained a blister in my hand just because that piece of wood was protruding out, and it was not the way it was intended for the grip to be. So while I was shooting, and I was just shooting light specials, and it actually did give me a little blister there, you know, and then I actually put up a video on that, and that video had gotten so much criticism. It's funny. It's hilarious. And the reason I keep it up is because it just constantly attracts all kinds of funky attention. Sometimes it's good. Some people understand what I'm talking about, and some people just flat out dismiss it as, oh, that guy's a wuss, man. Oh, get some gloves. Oh, you gotta get out and shoot more. Oh, you just put that thing back in your purse, or so, you know. Hey, make fun of my earrings. Oh, you know, yeah, you know that, bro. What did one guy say? Something, I don't know. I don't even care. If the comments are so outlandish and absurd and rude, I'll just delete it, because I don't want, basically, I don't want kids and stuff to read that kind of negative, obscene stuff. You know, I think that's the other thing people don't realize, that they go around posting all this really foul language and just absurd things in the comments, and they have no care for, I mean, there could be a kid reading it. You know, a lot of this stuff is open game. You know, they forget what YouTube is kind of opened. To me, YouTube is like TV, only better, because you get to pick what you want to watch, and you're actually getting to watch things that people came up with. So, but I think they forget about that fact that, you know, I mean, you know, what if some little kid, some little girl, you know, or whatever, reads this like really horrible messages, you know, sexual messages, foul language and stuff, and it's like they don't even think about that kind of stuff, you know. You know, it's like, get off it. It's crazy. So I do delete it for that purpose only. I don't want people, you know, especially kids, to watch this channel and see that kind of stuff. That's why the channel, I keep in mind and try to do it where it's a very family friendly channel. My perspective on it too is where, if my mom were to watch my channel, for instance, and my mom means a lot to me, if she were to watch my channel, I would want her to be, I would want to feel comfortable with, no matter what video she clicked on this channel. I would not be embarrassed or ashamed of myself for, you know, her watching it thinking, like, you know, what are you doing, you know? So that has been my kind of goal towards this channel. Thing about the Bad Jack JW channel, and you notice I stay away from the politics. I really try to. I try not to talk about them as much. Sometimes I refer to some stuff like that, but I really, in general, I stay away from it. Just because I just feel like it's just not something I want to bring to my channel. And I'm not downing anybody else's channel for doing it. That's fine. That's, you know, that's what they do. That's not what I do on my channel. So that's just where I leave it on that. I mostly like to do videos in close-up detail, like, because I know that if I was trying to buy that gun, or if I was looking into that gun, I'd like to see, you know, all the stuff that has on it. It's funny, but you know, we all are like that, even though, you know, we all have, say, a Glock 19 or something, or own a Glock of some sort. But yet it's interesting, we're attracted to that close-up video of a Glock or something, you know. So I find out always interesting on that. So, and then of course to share it with the shooting sports community and stuff, you know, to share the love of firearms, to be able to talk about, like, you know, hey, it is a positive thing. It's, you know, all these people that don't do it, they have never experienced going to the range and shooting. They're missing out. I have a good story about it. He's a good friend of mine. He's mostly known as like my big brother, and he moved from Hawaii, which is where I live right now. He moved from here, and he moved off to the mainland. And before he left, now he was not really a gun person. Before he left, we went shooting. And now he's very into it. He buys a lot of guns where he's at, goes shooting a lot, and that was really cool for me to be able to share with somebody how much fun this stuff is, to not look at it in a negative way. It's a lot of fun, you know, and I hope to share that continuously with the channel, and to show people that, hey, this is really fun stuff. I mean, you know, just to touch on that a little bit, here we are talking in this video. I have a gun sitting on this, you can't maybe see the table, but it's been here the whole time. I'm not dead. You know, don't blame inanimate objects, right? So, but yeah, this is the whole thing. I just wanted to take times like this to talk about in the radio show, like, I guess you could say. I was gonna do some stuff where I have a second channel. Some of you know, some of you don't. It's called the Combat 86 Radio Show. It's actually, I'll put the link in the description of this video down below. It was started off, I wanted to do was kind of vlogs and stuff on that channel, but I wanted to capture the audience too from you guys, because on this main channel, this is where all the things are wondering, what's coming up, what are we doing, you know. So we get out and film a lot, and we're coming up right now. We got some stuff coming out for I'm gonna try to see, hopefully this video gets up soon enough. I'm gonna try and get the Valentine's video. I figured I'd show you guys a pretty gun for Valentine's, right? Valentine's Day is supposed to be about pretty stuff, so I show you guys a pretty gun. All guns are pretty, aren't they? Maybe some people disagree. But no, we also we're doing a series on Glocks versus, or Glock versus, basically. Actually, a friend of mine kind of came up with the idea a little bit, and I just kind of, we both kind of ran with it, and it's kind of like, well, what are we gonna do, you know? And I actually put up a little video that was like 40 seconds of like, hey, the Glock versus, what's, are you ready? And people, I know that it was almost kind of, the intention was I guess misled, but I hope it wasn't. Some people thought, well, we're going to compare them to other guns. Actually, no. What we're going to be doing is taking the Glock and putting substance on it and seeing if it will function. My friend came up with the first idea, so the first video coming up, it will be the Glock and pancake batter. So anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun. Glock and pancake batter, and we got some other stuff, Caro syrup and things like that we're going to do. So anyway, for those of you that actually tune into this stuff and check it out and watch it, there you go. You know, you'll get to hear about things like that we're doing, and we're getting ready to publish here on the channel, the main channel. and get to kind of moving on it and talk about a lot of this stuff, and talk about my feelings towards certain things, and the video content, and just try to cover a lot of this stuff, and of course, we all know that a lot of things I do and like is, some of it, most of it is movie oriented. Hey, I like certain guns because of a movie. The Model 29 is synonymous with Dirty Harry. Some people say, well, that's sad. Well, whatever makes you happy, run, don't walk. Life is too short to be sad or things that are sad, okay? Do whatever it is to make you happy. If it's going out and picking up dog turds in your lawn, if that makes you happy, do it. Some people look at that and just go, that's pathetic. But you know what? If it makes you happy, I don't care what it is. Do it, because you know what? You're here one day and you're gone the next. You never know. Every turn on this trail of life is just absolutely a mystery, and you just got to take everything as a blessing. It just, so like I say, if I like this gun because I saw something like it in Tales from the Crypt season 2, the episode Cutting Cards, because of that, then you know what? I'm gonna run and go buy one when I can afford it. You bet I am, because it makes me happy. That's what I want to do. I don't care if you think it's sad, it makes me happy. So that's, and I talked about that in my message to you video. It just, you can't wait around too long, because life is blowing by, and it's blowing by fast. My friends are getting older. I'm getting older, and things, sometimes you need to change. You need to go out and do things. I'm currently actually going through some stuff like that right now, trying to wonder if I should get out of Hawaii and go and do something. I love Hawaii, but Hawaii's got its limitations. Man's got to know his limitations, right? Magnum Force. But I wanted to bring more content to you folks, and get my hands on other things and get to experience more things that I haven't gotten to experience because of living in Hawaii. So anyway, it's kind of a big leap if I do move, and it's kind of something that, it's like taking your comfort zone and getting rid of it. And I tell you, like, how I got started into being in guns and choosing guns as my occupation, rather working at a gun shop or behind a gun counter in a sporting goods store. I was working for a big box store. I'm not going to say the company, but I was basically under a loss prevention, and then I also went on to do some just plain clothes, working in a department and all that. And it was a comfortable job because it was a no-brainer. It was come to work, go through the motions, collect a paycheck, that was it. But it was not until the day I looked at that and just took that leap, that blind leap, and just left, just stood up, stuck to my guns, sort of say, and just went, forget it. I quit and walked away, and whatever anybody else's beliefs are or whatnot, I looked straight up and said, okay, where do you want me to go now? And that's where I started with working with guns, and been loving it every day. And that was the best decision as far as taking a blind leap right there and then, because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make ends meet with money. But from that point on, I got to meet and open more doors with the gun world, and learn more about the gun business and learn more about guns, and then move on to working for a local business where the guy has been the true definition of a Hawaiian aloha spirit, and handing me the keys to the small shop and me running it, so anyway, so that's just kind of get a little personal with you folks, something to relate with. Again, I appreciate everybody who watches the videos, and appreciate everybody who watches this entirely. I truly feel truly blessed with all this stuff, so definitely appreciate it, and I'd like to get back to you. So we are still trying to work on getting this video edited up and do a giveaway for it. So give away an item from the video. I know I've been dragging that on for a long time now, but we're just trying to get it done. But anyway, I'm Batjack JW. Like, share, and subscribe, you folks. I appreciate it as always. I'll catch you later on the next radio.